"Mom!" Calvin shouted. The blow hit her like a baseball bat, sending her stumbling backward. "Mom, look out for—" Her heel hit the mayonnaise at full speed, and she flipped backward like a seesaw. If Lloyd hadn't been so big or so enraged, if he hadn't blown up with such a fierce physical outburst, he might not have shoved her so hard. But he did. And as she fell backward, still looking at Calvin, she had no idea that the back of her neck was headed straight toward the lower kitchen drawer that was still wide open. Calvin tried to run forward but could scarcely lift his arms and legs. In midair, his mother was turned toward him, her alligator eyes still burning through him. There was no mistaking her final thought. She wasn't scared, or even in pain. She was angry. At him. The white, blonde, wet-haired boy who caused her to drop the mayo and... From that day forward, in his 9-year-old mind, the person who caused her to fall. "Mom!" She was falling. Then, the sound was unforgettable. "Rosie!" his father screamed, leaping forward and scooping her head toward his chest. Her arms ragdolled across the mayonnaise-smeared floor. "Calvin, don't you look!" Lloyd cried. The tears were running down his twisted Irish nose. "Close your eyes! Don't you look!" But Calvin looked. He wanted to cry, but nothing came. He wanted to run, but couldn't move. As he stood frozen, a stream of urine ran down his right leg. Most lives crumble over time. Cal Harper's crumbled in one crashing fall. But 19 years later, thanks to a single call on his radio, he'd begin his quest through history and finally have a chance to put his life together. Chapter 1. 19 years later, Hong Kong. "Good girl. Such a good girl," Ellis said, down on one knee as his dog snatched the beef treat from his open palm. With a bite and a gulp, the treat was gone, and Ellis Belasco, with his sleek copper-red hair, smiled proudly and added a strong, authoritative pat to the back of his smoky brown pet's neck. As the trainer said, attack dogs had to be rewarded. "Please, my leg. He chewed my leg," the thin Chinese man whined as he crawled across the worn beige carpet toward the hotel room door. "To be clear, he chewed your Achilles tendon," Ellis said, calmly standing up and brushing back his long European-style haircut. He was always meticulous, to reveal amber eyes framed by striking, lush eyebrows that almost merged on the bridge of his nose. Because of his rosy coloring, his cheeks were always flushed, as were his full lips, which he licked as he stared down at a small tattoo between his thumb and pointer finger. A man and dog surrounded by a crescent moon and 2 stars. His birthright was healing nicely. For the past 2 months, Ellis had been tracking the ancient book from collector to collector, from the doctor in China whose death gave it away, to Zhao, the shipper, who schemed to deliver it elsewhere. Every culture called it by a different name, but Ellis knew the truth. "I know you have it," Ellis said. "I'd like the Book of Lies now." From the corner of the bed, Ellis reached for his small gray pistol. No. You can't. My fiancée. We just got engaged," the young dock worker begged, scrambling on his one good knee as his other leg left a smear of blood across the carpet. Ellis pressed the barrel of his gun against the man's throat. It was vital he hit the jugular, but he knew he would. That was the advantage of having God on your side. "I paid what you asked me, Zhao," Ellis said calmly. "But it makes me sad that someone else clearly paid you more." "I swear, the book. I told you where it's going," Zhao screamed, his eyes rolling toward the pistol as Ellis glanced out the hotel window.